Hi guys, this is the video you've all been waiting for. I'm going to explain how to take the derivative without using that big formula we talked about before. The method that we use is called the power rule. So, if we have a function f of x is equal to ax to the exponent n, where a is the coefficient in front of x and n is the exponent on x, we can say that the derivative of f of x, or f prime of x, is equal to anx to the exponent n minus 1. So, this might become more clear if we do an example. So, let's do a function. So f of x is equal to 2x to exponent 5. So, to take the derivative, all we have to do is take the exponent 5 and multiply it by 2 to get 10, and then we take 1 away from 5 for the exponent. So we get 10x to the exponent 4. So let's take a look at another example. F of x is equal to 3x squared. So, the derivative of this function, f prime of x, is equal to 3 times 2, which is 6, multiplied by x to the exponent 2 minus 1, which is 1. So we can just write x, because x to the exponent 1 is just x. Now, something that's important to remember when we're taking the derivative of functions with constants is that the derivative of a constant is always 0. So, for example, if our function is f of x is equal to 4, the derivative of our function, f prime of x, is just equal to 0. It's that easy. Any constant is 0. So let's just do another example for clarity. F of x is equal to 7. I'm sure you can guess that the derivative of our function is just 0. Okay, so now let's take a look at how to take the derivative of functions with more than one term. So as an example for the general case, let's take the function f of x is equal to a times x to the exponent p plus b times x to the exponent q plus c. So, the derivative of this function, f prime of x, is equal to, we take the exponent down, so a times p times x, and then we subtract 1 from the exponent. So, a times p times x to the exponent p minus 1. And we do the same thing for b. But c is a constant, so the derivative of a constant is 0. So we just do the same thing as I explained before, but we do it on each term individually. So now for practice, let's take a look at a couple of examples. So our first example, the function f of x is equal to 4x cubed plus 2x plus 19. We want to find the derivative of this function. So f prime of x is equal to 4 times 3, which is 12, times x to the exponent 3 minus 1, which is 2. For our second term, it's going to be 2 times 1 for the coefficient, times x to the exponent 1 minus 1, which is 0. So we just end up with 2. So now let's take a look at another example. F of x equals 3x to the exponent 7 plus 2x to the exponent 4 plus 3x plus 9. So the derivative of this function, f prime of x, will be equal to 21x to the exponent 6 plus 8x to the exponent 3 plus 3. Okay, so now let's apply what we just learned to a couple more examples. So let's look at the first example. The function that we're going to be looking at is f of x is equal to 4x to the exponent 6 plus 5. So to take the derivative of this, we're going to say that f prime of x is equal to 4 times 6, so 24, times x to the exponent 6 minus 1, which is 5, plus the derivative of 5, which is just 0. So now our second example is a little more interesting. The function we're looking at is f of x is equal to the square root of x. So we can change the function a little to make it easier by observing this rule. So the pth root of x to the exponent q is equal to x to the exponent q divided by p. So in this case, our q value is 1 and our p value is 2. So we can say the function is equal to x to the exponent 1/2. So the derivative of this function, we can just treat it as the other functions we've done before. We bring the 1/2 down and we minus 1 from the exponent. So we get 1/2 x to the exponent negative 1/2, which we can simplify down to 1 over 2 times the square root of x. So now our third example is even a bit trickier. So f of x is equal to 1 over the cube root of x, which, by using our rule, we know that it's 1 over x to the exponent 1/3, and this is equal to x to the exponent negative 1/3. So now, f prime of x is equal to negative 1/3, we bring that down, times x, and we minus 1 from negative 1/3 to get negative 4/3 in the exponent. And we can simplify this down a little bit. So we get negative 1 over 3 times the cubed root of x to the exponent 4. I hope that after watching this video, you guys now understand what the power rule is and you're able to use it to find derivatives. Now I present you guys with a special opportunity. If you subscribe to our channel now, you'll be able to brag in the future how cool you are because you subscribed to Mathprism before it became the biggest YouTube channel on the planet. Okay, so as always, if you're still confused after the video, feel free to leave some comments and we'll try and help you out. Or if not, maybe some of the other friendly YouTubers out there will help you.